Hey y'all, TGIF, happy Friday, everybody. Hey Chakra King, hey Miss Joan, hey Mimi 126, Smooth One Love, how you doing? Kim B, how you doing? Hey Miss Pretty Wings, hey Sassy Francis, hey Miss Philadelphia, hey Pandora's Box, hey Tanya McNeil, hey Monroe, hey Clark Kent, hey Monica, hey everybody. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Friday evening. Like I said, TGIF. I just want to pop on a little bit, say a couple of words, child, before I get off and start enjoying my weekend. Hey Tracy, how you doing? Hey Miss Boyd, how you guys doing? You guys please hit the like button if you don't mind. So I just want to pop in and say a few words about Jay Wilson's earlier live. I don't know if you guys were in the chat. I know Tracy was there. Hey, Miss Donna, how you doing? You can call me Lala. Well, all right. Hey, Hypnotic Touch. How y'all doing? Thank you so much for joining me this evening. You don't have to be here, but I appreciate it. Ciao. But like I said, I was on Jay Wilson's live earlier, and I disagreed with. Did I say hey, Mrs. Boyd? If I haven't, oh, I did one time. Okay, girl. And so anyway, hey everybody, right? Hey, Miss Paulette. Um, I was on Jay Wilson's live earlier today, and he was having a conversation, about something that the GX had said. Um, hey Juliana Kerma Bunny, and I wasn't privy to. I don't know what GX said about him. You know, they go back and forth, and I'll listen to all that. But as he was speaking about GX, we know that I think he doesn't like it when GX references the Bible in order to condemn the gay lifestyle, right? We all know that he has appeared on Jay Wilson's panel and tried it a couple of times. Y'all, my allergies are killing me. My eyes feel like they're about to fall out of my head because they so itchy, right? This tree pollen and grass pollen is amazing around here, right? So anyway, it's on the side note, right? Y'all please hit the like button, right? So anyway, I just had to mention it, child. This is getting on my nerves. I done tried cold rags, eye drops. This is a lot going on. And so anyway, I'm trying not to be frustrated and agitated by my allergies, right? But you know they are horrible in the spring. So anyway, we're not gonna do that live right there. So yeah, I was in there, and so he's talking. I didn't hear when I came in. He was speaking about something in the Bible, right? And I disagree with it. And what he was saying and what he was speaking about was he was theorizing that we all know the story of Jesus comes abominations every day. Things you can child, it's just I don't listen to them people. You know what I mean, Juliana? I don't listen to them people, right? I do not. I don't even know what's going on over there. I don't listen to them people. Just let me say that like that. But anyway, so he was speaking about um when the Samaritan, I'm sorry, when the centurion, the Roman centurion, went to Jesus and asked him to heal his servant, right? And so he was theorizing that the centurion soldier, or whatever he was, captain, general, soldier, whatever, the centurion he goes to Jesus, asks him to heal him, um, and he was theorizing that the centurion soldier had something going on, something possibly sexually going on, um, going on with. I'm trying not to read the chat. Try a little Vaseline. Oh wow, on your upper and lower eyelids. I never heard that, Tabby Cat, before. I never heard of that. I had to read that, y'all. And So he felt like something could have been going on with the centurion soldier and his servant sexually. They were both men, and he was theorizing that, like I said, something may have been going on with them, right? So nothing in the Bible is, hints or leads towards that. You know what I mean? And so I disagreed with that. Um, I mean, because there's no context to that theory, but you have to. We all, read whatever we read. We do it via our own understanding, right? And so, like I said, I disagree with it, and my issue was, I mean, you got the right to theorize whatever you want to, right? You view things of your own understanding. I don't disagree with that, right? I mean, hey, we all do, right? So, but my thing is, he got a little testy, and he felt like I was gonna come over here and holler and scream because I disagreed with him. He threw a shade. He was throwing shade about what he assumed. What I knew and what I didn't know. Number one, I don't come out here and I am not the type of person, and I'm not even judging anybody. If you know me, you know I don't judge, I comment, but I am not the one to come out here. Um, I've seen and heard that, and my grandfather is a preacher. I've seen and heard it. Really, so other people have theorized that. I've never heard that before. Like, there's no context to it in the Bible at all. You know what I mean? But anyway, uh, so he felt like he threw, we know that Jay Wilson is the king of shade and all this and all that. But my issue is Jay Wilson don't like to be challenged, right? So he said a couple of things that were real shady. He said that I was gonna come on my channel and holler and scream. I don't know why. He felt like I would holler and scream. He didn't. I don't even think he felt that way. He was just throwing shade. Like I said, he don't like to be challenged. When he's saying certain things. Uh, said that, he's assuming that, for whatever reason, uh, just let me say this. I'm not the type of person that is a braggadocious type person, and I'm not judging him or anybody else if they are. I just don't feel the need to come out and say I got this, that, and the other, or I know this, that, and the other because of this, that, and the other. And I told him in the chat that you don't know what I know. You know what I mean? I don't come out and brag about any of them. I'm not impressed by braggadocious people or howdy people. I am not a howdy type person, but to each his own, right? But, to throw shade like that and just throw that stuff out there, it really, really screams, I'm a very sensitive person. That's what that means to me when I see people doing that. But that's just me. You know what I mean? Or I'm insecure about something, so I have to, put on, I have to, say certain things about myself or about my accolades. Y'all know that it's not me, right? I don't do that. But if you choose to do that, okay. But don't try to throw it back on me. Don't try to say I feel a way about it just because I'm simply agreeing with something, especially something that's wrote in the Bible. Like I said, it's a book of allegory, and it's up to everybody's interpretation, how they choose to interpret it. You don't have to go to seminary school or anywhere else to gain your own understanding of the Bible or any religious book for that reason. Yeah, I saw that Will Smith resigned from the academy. I sure did. Let me read this though, because I'm not gonna delve into that subject, child, right now. It's gonna be another video. Y'all know we've been talking about it all week. He said, "Well, if you did come on your channel and yell, so what is your?" Absolutely, I agree with that, Monroe. Like I said, folks gonna be folks. Everybody entitled to their own opinion. Yourself said JW is a blatant, uh, I guess, blasphemous person. We yeah, we all are sinners, right? No sin is greater than the next. I absolutely agree with that. Right, right, right. He's Shane. The Bible is clear about unnatural acts such as oral, anal. Um, Same if it cannot make a baby. It's a sin. You know what, dear self, you make a great point. You make you. I'm not gonna lie, you make a great point. I'm not gonna front about that, okay? but we lean to our own understanding. And so, but you make a great point. So once again, why would I holler and scream, right? So, but you, thank you for saying it, typing that out. You make a great point. Oh, Wilson believe he is the only person on here that has degrees. Child, no, now he ain't the only person now, cause y'all know who I'm talking about, right? And bought a house. When you are used to things, But yeah, like I said, Tabby Cat, I'm not a braggadocious type person. That's just not my thing. If you feel like you got to do that for whatever reason, okay. You know what I mean? It's just not my thing. Like I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. Sister Jay Wilson has a huge problem, with not us, but his homosexuality and his faith has nothing to do with. That you make another good point. Exactly that point. Clark Kent says, um, Miss Owen. I think some people don't realize, um, how fragile they sound, about certain subjects. We have a lot of thin-skinned people, and I think that sometimes, some folks don't realize how thin skin there are. So anyway, we had that little exchange in the chat. I didn't think it was called for all of that extra stuff, that he said, simply because I disagree with how he, chose to, critique the story of the centurion and his manservant, right? And so we know that we all, when it comes to the Bible, a lot of people like to use scripture, in order to, um validate what it is that they have going on. Do you know what I mean? And who am I to judge? If you want to do that, do that. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with, if you choose to spin that type of narrative. I don't think it's wrong with somebody coming back to challenge, your theory, right? Because all it is a theory, right? Because like I said, in the Bible, that story, it has no, like, no context of the centurion having any kind of sexual relationship with his servant. Maybe he just, really appreciates the man. Maybe he felt like the man was family. I agree with that, Sheba. Maybe he felt like the man was his friend. Who says they have to have had some kind of sexual relationship because he didn't want the man to die. And so I just disagreed with that. But we neither one of us was there. There's no mention of that type of thing going on in the story. So just like he's entitled to his theory and opinion, just like I'm entitled to mine. And you call yourself a scholarly person, then you shouldn't have a problem with somebody disagreeing with your theory, right? And so I just want to come on and talk about that, because we have to be careful, um, you know, uh, the way we choose to just agree with somebody without doing our own type of research, right? So that's why I came on. Um, Let me read some more of this. JW is from the Bible. His whole challenge is not is mess, not Christianity. I disagree with that. Also, he thinks he can talk down to people, and I didn't want to, use that term right there, but you're right. But it's his channel. If he feel like it's what he got to do, that's what he got to do. He got a thin skin. He might not want to admit it, but he got a thin skin. Period. JW a big bozo, who always needs to be right. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. Hey, free thinker, how you doing? This O doesn't even read like that. Yeah, no, it doesn't even read like that. There's no, not even undercurrent or undertone of that sort of thing, in that story. And so, but if you want to, if when you're in the midst of, spinning a narrative to suit your lifestyle, I guess you would, try to spin that in that way. You know what I mean? I guess, is there a scripture that supports same gender loving relationships? Not that I know of, True Black. Not that I know of. Not in the Bible, right? Not that I know of. Now, if there is one, he'll have to show it to me. You know what I mean? But he does say, he does he continued to speak on the fact that he said there's nothing in the Bible that says Ish should not sleep with Ish, meaning there's nothing in the Bible that says man should not sleep with man. Um, that's not true. But if that's the way he want to narrate it, then that's on him. Um he also loves to reference the Greeks and the Romans and their what they did culturally when it came to same sex relationships. But comparing the Greeks and the Romans, comparing their culture or their lifestyle or the way that they moved, comparing them to the Hebrew Israelites, um, I don't think that's a very good comparison, in my opinion. Because we know that the Greeks, for instance, they worship their type of Greek gods, like what Zeus and Apollo and all of this here and all of that there. And the Romans really didn't worship anything but themselves. Honestly, if you just want to break it down, they I'm just gonna watch my words right here, right? Jay Wilson will be amazed how many people on here they have more than him, and can easily disprove his thoughts, but stay humble. Absolutely. What he said about Haitians in Florida being illiterate was gross. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear him say that, but wow, wow, wow. Yeah, child. KK said that was blasphemy. I don't care what people do. What people do. Well, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't care. What people do. I'm talking about this in the context of the conversation that we had. In the context that I don't have a problem. Um I don't feel away when somebody challenges me. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna say what I said. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But if I'm not coming, to you in a derogatory manner, or you're not coming to me in a derogatory manner, and you don't, and y'all know that we're critical thinkers over here on my channel. I have never attacked somebody because they disagreed with something that I said. Now, if you're gonna disagree with me and be respectful about the situation, okay. You took the I was going, that's where I was going, dear self. That's where I was going. uh Respectfully, that's fine. Now, you don't have to disagree with me and call me all types of names, or talk down to me. Now, if you give me that, I'm gonna give that back to you. But just disagreeing, we can have a conversation about it, because I cannot live long enough, I will not live long enough on this earth to know everything, not only about the Bible, but about I would never live long enough to know everything about everything. Okay, we just don't live that long, right? And so it's just how I feel about it, right? And so, yeah, I just really felt like that was very distasteful, especially when it came to that subject right there. Because I don't there are a lot of people, like I said, that don't even deal with the church in this day and age, because people want to spin narratives, right? Spin narratives, control people, with that word, and a lot of, and like I said, even on his channel, I haven't been to church since my mom passed away. I haven't been a consistent church goer since my mom passed away, because that is what she required. She's no longer here, and I don't require that of anybody in my family anymore, because it is so polluted. The church is so polluted, with a whole bunch of nonsense and effery. The only time I do walk in them doors is if somebody's getting married or I want to see some drama. Other than that, no, it is not necessary for any of us to be controlled by any type of religion. Okay, because it is all about personal relationship between you and your God. Okay, you choose to worship and you don't have to go to seminary school in order to read and understand the Bible either, right? He doesn't know if I went to seminary school or not. He don't know if we all know that I like to read. I love to read. I love to research. He don't know nothing about me or my education, like I said. But to throw shade And I caught the shade. You can go to the Vanderbilt this and the Memphis that, and I'm thinking, well, okay, how do you know I haven't been to one of those or both? How do you know? How do you know? I'm gonna come on here and share anything of that nature, right? But okay, how do you know? But anyway, Sodom and Gomorrah is the only mention of homosexual activities via the angels bed and everybody. I was going there yourself. Greeks and Romans were pedos. Would sleep with little boys. Well, now you know what? I have comparisons like the white man. When you talk about that yourself, he loves to mention the word pedestry. Uh and pedestry simply means he's referencing pedestry. I'm assuming in Greek Roman times. And pedestry is nothing more than older men sleeping with pubescent boys, and he's always says, he doesn't engage in pedestry or whatever, so he's letting us know that he don't sleep with pubescent boys. You know what I mean? That's a Greek or Roman, or a Greek and Roman term for older men sleeping with pubescent boys. So yeah, you gotta, and so yeah, from pedestrian we get pedophilia, and so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so yeah. But as far as Sodom and Gomorrah goes, and we know that that type of act was condemned in Sodom and Gomorrah. We know that it was burnt to the ground. And you're right, the men and the women, but moreover the men were trying to break in Lot's house, that trying to get the angels out of there because they wanted to lay with them. And we know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. So you're absolutely right about that. And so yeah, that's not true about no place in the Bible. I'm not saying that because it does. Right. And then plus two, when it comes to people who teach the word, you have to be very careful. You're right. I agree with that, Miss CC. That's why people need to study for themselves. Get your own understanding, and you don't have to go through no man to receive your salvation. That's not necessary. And so, right, if you are a believer, then that's why Jesus died on the cross, because you don't have to go through anybody for your salvation. We all know that, right? The Bible even speaks of men having that with a moment in her cycle. I also know it. Up that, but you're right. He got defensive. Yep, defensive for no reason, just immediately. And so I was like, was he being testy, or is he just being messy? I mean, did he think we was gonna start beefing over a couple of Bible verses? Well, I have to agree with that too, Maverick. He don't like people to disagree with him. He don't, but that's his channel, and but I don't think that sometimes he realizes how it comes across, and to somebody like me, it comes across as being very thin skinned. And so that's just how I feel about it. That's just my opinion of it. If a man lies with the male is with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall be sure. Up. Leviticus 18:20. You should not lie with them. Up. Y'all are tripping in this chat, but hey, like I said, people, when it comes to religion and that Bible in particular, you know, hey, and then he's still, and then too, you got to realize that when it comes to somebody like Jay Wilson, we know that he is still involved. Um, I know, Rochelle, you're right. The Bible does talk about it, but hey, I'm not trying to beat anybody down on their, concerning, their sexuality. I'm talking about Jay Wilson, because I don't care who you lay with, because you ain't got to answer to me. And then I don't have time to worry about who somebody is laying with. I just got time to worry about myself. You know what I mean? And but I'm talking about the, conversation that was had today. And maybe some of you guys didn't see that conversation, so you don't know what I'm talking about, but that is the I'm talking about. This conversation, because of what happened in his chat earlier. That's the only reason why I'm talking about this conversation. Me personally, I don't care who you lay with, but when it comes to certain things in the Bible, certain things are talked about in the Bible. Do you see what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to beat nobody over the head with anything that's said in the Bible. Religion doesn't control me. We and then you know, and when we say that the Bible is a book of allegory, you also have to realize when the Bible was when the Bible was being what's the word, when the Bible was being not transcribed, but when the Bible was being shoot, I can't think of the word. Um oh my god. When the Bible was being oh my god. Oh, we know during the time of the Council of Nicaea, certain books were chosen to be in the Bible, certain books were not translated. Thank you. When the Bibles were being, thank you, my mind went blank, Purple Kitten. You got to remember that when the Bible was being translated, um, during the time of the Council of Nicaea, a lot of those Romans didn't maybe didn't understand. They couldn't translate because they could not read some of those scrolls. They did not understand the wording. They didn't know what the word meant. So it is they translated it via their own understanding, right? So we know that a lot of things were taken out, a lot of things were put in. Thank you, Sheba. Keep in mind, religion is a form of patriarch. It's from a patriarchal stance, and you're absolutely right. It's absolutely um uh translated via a patriarchal stance for a whole lot of reasons, and one of those reasons is to quote unquote put the woman in her place, right? Not only the woman, put the woman in her place. They use that book to justify things like slavery. We know that, and a whole lot of other, and misogyny, you know, and a whole lot of other things, right? We all know that. So you have to also take that into context, you know. And then, you know, and so from the beginning of creation, God made the male and the female. No, nothing other. Well, and then too, you have to realize that um part of the reason why you could go back to the book of Genesis, right? Part of the reason why Adam and Eve didn't realize that they were naked was because God was not ready for them to procreate. Even he was not ready for them to perform that act. Um and you know, we all know the story. You can break it down to its common denominator. The devil came in, manipulated Eve. He had sex with Eve first, and she got pregnant with Cain, and then she went and taught. Then she went and taught Adam about nakedness, laid with Adam, and then she was pregnant with Abel. We know that Cain and Abel were fraternal twins. The one baby was supposed to be the devil's, the other baby was supposed to be Adam's. We all know this story right there. But people, you know, when you're talking about the tree of knowledge, and that people fail to mention that the tree of knowledge is the tree of knowledge of self. Do you see what I'm saying? And but people always want to stop at, oh, Eve corrupted Adam, and that's why sin was introduced in the world. You know, that's right, Sheba. That's why the book of Enoch is important. And sin was introduced in the world, the end. It's all the woman's fault. You know, since the time of Adam and Eve, we know that men have been blaming women for everything. Okay, including creation, child, including creation. All right. We are the cause of sin, child. Yes, we are. But anyway. So y'all get me off my beaten path. Not to mention the books that was taken. Yeah, a lot of books were taken out. A lot of books were translated incorrectly because they didn't understand the language, you know. And so, just like we read and then make it so bad, you know, not only is it coming from a place of patriarchy, it's also coming from a European mindset, you know, white male patriarchy. You know, you have to take that into consideration as well. And we know that when it comes to patriarchy and the white male, he always wants to put the woman, especially his woman, behind him. She is always supposed to be behind him and not beside him, you know. And so, yeah, Yeah, that's something to think about, right? And it's also interesting. What else did he talk about? I wanted to touch on something else. He talked about pedestrian. He kept talking about he didn't, participate in pedestrian, and he referenced the temple prostitutes, right? And so when he's referencing I still don't get why he keeps referencing the temple prostitutes. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a dig towards women or not. Because temple prostitutes were male and female, and a lot of people might not have even heard of temple prostitutes, right? Now, temple prostitutes, especially in the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, in particular, didn't like the Canaanite priestesses and priestesses that were considered to be uh, temple prostitutes, or holy prostitutes is another word for it. Sacred prostitutes, and the term for temple prostitute, they were called the kadesha, or the kadesh, or kadesha, right? And that literally means to be set apart, right? So when it came to the Canaanites, which were uh uh black, the blackites, I'm gonna put it that way, the black folks in the Bible, right? The black Jews, let's put it that way, right? Or the black Israelites, we're gonna put it that way. That's what the Canaanite people were. The Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, they in particular didn't like the Canaanite priestesses, as well as some of the priests, or sacred prostitutes, which were male and female, because they worshipped fertility gods, right? And they will have these rituals, right? And like I said, the word Kadesha, aka temple prostitute, literally means set apart, right? These priestesses and these priests were set apart, like nuns are set apart, right? And so the Canaanites, priests and priestesses in particular, the Hebrew Israelites didn't like the Kadesha, the Canaanite sacred prostitutes, because they worshipped fertility goddesses, and they performed this sacred act, which they were set apart to perform this sacred act. They did that in worship of fertility goddesses and other purification rituals. Like, say you went to, and when it comes to the Hebrew Israelites and sacred prostitutes, men would come in and sleep with women as a means of purification. So I don't know why he keep referencing that, and he not telling the whole story. And when it came to temple prostitutes, or sacred prostitutes, if you will, the Kadesha, these men and women were literally set apart, right? And so, and as far as the male temple prostitutes go, they were the Canaanite men, the priests, they were used in fertility rituals to impregnate women, right? They weren't used to sleep with other men. So once again, I don't know. We still banging on Esau. Not today, triple darkness. Not today. They were used in fertility rituals, right? And like I said, they were known as. There has always been prostitution in the Bible, even in the temples, right? And but the Hebrew Israelites, like I said, it's very interesting. They didn't mind being for the men paying for sexual intercourse, in a way of to use it for. They said they use it as a form of cleansing. Use it for cleansing, so that you could be reintroduced to the community for whatever reason. You know what I mean? They use the temple prostitutes. They paid them, to wash them and cleanse them, and make them be divine again, so they could be, so that they could re-enter the community, right? And like I said, the men, oh, thank you, Stacy. The men, the male temple prostitutes, were used for fertility rituals. I have never read anything. Maybe if you guys have read anything, I have never read anything where the male temple prostitutes were used to sleep with other men. So I don't know why he's referencing the temple prostitutes, other than to make a dig at women. I could be wrong. I didn't delve into that with him. Number one, I didn't have time. Number two, it's his channel. And I'm not finna holler and scream at him on the subject on his channel. Neither am I gonna holler and scream on my channel, right? So just like he's read and studied, I just want to guide. Yeah, as a form of cleansing, right? I wanted to, just like he reads and studies via his own understanding, downloads information. I do the same thing, right? Cockles always have weak DNA. I always fucking big men. Woo! Come through, Hazel. And so that was a lot. that's why. That's why I didn't agree, Hazel. That's why I kind of don't agree with when he compares the Greeks and the Romans to the Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, I think there's no comparison between the two. The cultures, they have nothing in common. So yeah, no, he's saying that homosexuality is only a sin when practiced. It's only a sin when practiced. And oh, he's saying it's only a sin when it is practiced in the temple. Is that what he said? Oh wow, like isn't the church today? I don't know, child. I don't. It's just like I said. You got to go with your own understanding. If you are secure in your opinion, it's easier to hear someone else's opinion, not have issue. I agree with that, free thinker. I agree with that. And so yeah, I just wanted to come on and give my uh you know my take on the conversation. I didn't think that by me disagreeing with his analogy of the centurion and his servant, I think that was not, I think it was uncalled for. um I think that it was uncalled for all the shade that was thrown. Thanks for the super chat, Sheba. Thanks for coming on the porch with us. And so thank you, baby. Thanks for joining in the conversation. Yeah, I just felt like it wasn't warranted. I felt like it was a bit much. I think that it showed that he has a very thin skin. You know what I mean? And I don't know if he assumed that we were going to start beefing over Bible verses. I don't know what the train of thought was. Like I said, it would appear to me, in my opinion, that he doesn't like to be challenged. But yeah, I was like, wow, okay, you know. I mean, it's not designed to go up into a woo, Stephen. But like I said, and also another thing that they were talking about down in the comment section, when I'm saying Hebrew, so we're having a conversation, right? And I'm saying the word Hebrew, right? And the reason why I'm saying the word Hebrew is because I don't know if y'all remember or not. Then I used to be in the old black sector, if you will. I used to have a lot of debates with the Hebrew Israelites, right? And we know that I can't stand them brews. If you've been listening to me for some years, I ain't talked about them in a long time. I went back and forth with them on Facebook. When I was on Facebook, I went back and forth with them on here, right? And so I can't stand them damn brews. But when I'm saying the word Hebrew, I'm speaking of the Hebrew Israelites. I shouldn't have to say Hebrew Israelite. Yes, we know that Hebrew is a language. I shouldn't have to say the whole word for us critically thinking adults to know who it is exactly that I'm talking about, especially when we're having a conversation about the Bible. I shouldn't have had to do that, so I kept asking about fornication in the comments. What was you saying in the comment section, Miss T. Iverson? Ask me the question, so you can sex me down in the store, but not in the gym, huh? Yeah, please. You true black cheetah, you do it a lot. Girl, you a mess. I remember they can't stand you. It's like, yeah, they can't stand me, free thinker. Them damn brews, they can't stand me, and I can't stand them. There is no love lost, right? And so, but I didn't know that I had to come over here and just say the whole word Hebrew Israelite. I just can't say the Hebrews as it pertains to the Bible. Because if you read your Bible, you know I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites. And I didn't want to deal with that. Somebody said something else. I forgot what it was. There was just like a whole lot going on, right? And I couldn't hardly keep up. I was doing two or three things at one time. And I hate that I even clicked on the video while I was in the process because I was busy and I had to click the link because I disagreed because I don't like It's uncomfortable for me to hear certain conversations and not interject. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's what I did. It was a lot going on. I was busy in my real life, right? Sheba says, I'm the oldest of six brothers. I'm the only female. Three of my brothers are Masons, and we get into a bit, and we get in, I guess, get into it about politics and religion. And every time I put them in their place, I heard that, Sheba. You got to have a strong back when you got a lot of men in the family, girl. That's how I got a stress. How I got. That's why I got a strong back right now, Sheba. So I understand exactly where you're coming from, honey. Exactly where you're coming from. Okay, I got a whole lot of cousins that get the heck on my nerves. Okay. So I feel you. Misunderstood said, every time the subject of homosexuality comes up, he always wants to bring up what a woman does with her body. I'm sick of that. Whatever sins he commits has nothing to do with us. I will agree. Whatever sin he commits is his sin. To each his own. That's on him. Don't bring us up. What we got to do with it? What do the sacred temple prostitutes has to go have to do anything to do with whatever the hell he doing? And don't just try to say there were only female temple prostitutes, or sacred prostitutes. Let me put it that way, because there were also male sacred prostitutes. Let's tell the whole story anyway, or not tell it at all. I'm just saying, but that's what you get for thinking folk don't know nothing. They be able to form. They be able to counter your talking point. And so that's kind of what's going on right now. But thanks for saying it. Misty Iverson says, when y'all were talking about sins regarding homosexuality, I asked about fornication, sex outside of marriage, is a sin, right? Yes, 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 yes. According to the Bible, sex outside of marriage is a sin. Yes, it is. Period. They speak about it in the Bible all the time. Period. Yeah, it's a sin according to the Bible. Yes, it is. Uh huh. I answered the question, Mr. Iverson, says God only recognizes the institution of marriage between a man and a woman. Correct. Correct. And when it gets to, let me read this first. I'm gonna expound on that. Give me 1 second. Let me read this because it's long. Brandon, I think Brandon's mom says, I can't take any religious conversation seriously from someone continuously shouting, "Coin, keep me here, woo, coin, keep me here," and worshiping his materialistic idols. Well, you know it also. There's also a scripture about that in the Bible, and in the Bible it says you can't serve God and money. You can't serve God and mammon. So you that's a valid point. I hope I answered the question, Miss T. Iverson. Because yes, you're right. His whole demeanor toward you was yeah, I thought it was too, KK, and I thought we were cool. I mean, I had no idea I was gonna get my you welcome, Miss T. Iverson. My head chopped off. Oh Lord. I'm like, oh, why I won't come on my channel and holler though about the Bible? I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see, Hebrews 13:4. Let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled, for God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterous. Yes, you did, Miss T. Iverson said. Oh, okay, thank you, Miss T. Iverson. And so, yeah, there was something else I was gonna say, and um, shoot, there was also another conversation, real quick. Oh, when we were talking about sex, right, and humans, right? I mentioned that I said that we know that we are all animals as human animals, we are at the top of the food chain, right? But we know that we are all animals, right? But we are at the top of food chain because we can think, we can rationalize, we don't act in an animalistic feral nature. At least some of us don't. We are not supposed to. We know that certain. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. He was intimidated by your knowledge, and the fact that he can't talk at you. He can't talk at you like others, because he knows you know your stuff, and can go toe to toe. I love it. Thank you, thank you, Miss CC. Stephen Price says the Book of Deuteronomy say if you have to do business to bury it, so like that. I'm not reading it aloud. I am not. Monroe says. I used to go to his channel, but not anymore. The vibe is not what I want to be a part of. Stephen, I'm not reading it aloud. Anyway, moving right along. Hazel said, y'all killing me. This is why I totally understand Mr. Tim says regarding J. Child, Mr. Tim wanna snap that man's head off. I be thinking Mr. Tim is gonna have a heart attack or a stroke right on camera. It scares me to death. I wish you would just let that go, she, because it's that. Oh Lord Jesus. Woo! First Corinthians 7:2 says because each man should have his own wife. And each woman her own husband. Yes, it does. Thank you for that, Hazel. Thank you for that. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, I was talking about animals, right? We know that we are um at the top of the food chain because we have a brain, right? We can critically think about about what we want to do and why we want to do it. We have free will given to us by the Almighty. Thank you, Karen Tongo Island. Thank you, I appreciate it. Uh, Tim just on her having fun, Miss Oh, he all right. Well, thanks for telling me that, free thinker, because he be scaring me. That vein get to popping out of the side of his neck, and I done told him about that before. That scares me. Because I don't be wanting to see nothing like that coming across the show. Ooh, it's too much for me. I don't want to see him get, ill online. I don't want to see it, but hey, long as he know how far to go, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And so anyway, so we were talking about that. We know that, we have a working brain. We can we have feelings, we have emotions. Um, we can pick and choose how we act about everything. We can rationalize, we can reason. And so for that reason I said that we are the only animals that have sex for pleasure. Now, there were people in the chat saying, I'm gonna read that in a minute, KK. There were people in the chat saying that there are other animals that have sex for pleasure, right? They have theorized that yes, there are other animals, especially primates, they do have sex for pleasure, right? That is the theory. I don't agree with that theory, but there are studies out there that show, for instance, they say the female dolphins clitoris is really developed, and it is developed to a point to where the female dolphin orgasms, as well as other primates, orgasms for pleasure, right? Not just procreation. I have read some of those studies. I don't agree with those studies, but to each his own. That's just my opinion. um, so yeah, we are at the top of the food chain for a reason. Okay. And so, but yes, I have read those studies. I am not taking any offense by anybody that agrees that with that some animals have sex for pleasure, right? I am not offended if you disagree with what I think, and I am not offended by what you think. I just want to, bring that up real quick because I did say that, and some people were disagreeing with me in the chat, and that's fine. Like I said, I've read those studies too. I think it's fascinating when they start talking about them dolphins and their clitorises and all of this and all that, child. I was like, ooh, no wonder you be seeing videos of them dolphins, those male dolphins jumping up on women that are on the docks and stuff, and started humping on them and all of this and all that. And so yeah, I'm thinking, well, okay. So, but I have read that. I have read that. Okay. So he started talking about all that nonsense. Because he won't just accept he's gay. He has a problem with it. I think that he may be conflicted sometimes because he is knee deep still dealing with the church. Do you know what I mean? And I think that he has some pent up anger when it comes to some of the things that are not only said in the Bible, but some of the things that some preachers teach about homosexuality. I think that he feels a way about some of that. You know what I mean? He has every right to, you know. And like I asked him today, what you talk about, Seven? Like I asked him today though, but why do you even still go to church? You know what I mean? And that's his choice. But he says some church, and we know that some churches are have become more progressive, you know. And so, but this is every right. But a lot of people, like I said, don't even are not knee deep, in church anymore, especially black people, because we know that it is so corrupted, and it is all about the almighty dollar to where, and all about the control and manipulation. It's a lot of them are nothing more than a cult. Do you see what I'm saying? And you don't need anybody to lead you to your salvation. Like I said, you don't need to tell nobody in the church your business so they can go back and tell somebody else and talk about you behind your back. You better take it to Jesus, right? Or go to therapy, right? The church is not therapy either, just like YouTube ain't therapy, right? That's just how I feel about the church, and letting them people run your life, right? I'm not letting nobody run my life. I don't care what you got in front of your name. Okay? I'm not that type of person, right? And so yeah, I just don't. But I think that maybe he's conflicted with that. Sometimes he says he's not, but okay. You know what I mean? But that's just, once again, that's just my opinion. And if you guys didn't come in at the beginning of the video, you might want to um red ball it back so that you guys know why I'm specifically talking about Jay Wilson in the chat, and our interaction in the chat today. And so, but I really just want to come on and, like I said, I didn't even have time to have a drawn out conversation because I was in the midst of doing other things about, when it came to dissecting some of the narratives that he was spending, or some of his understanding of certain things. I didn't have time to do that, but I wanted to come back and present my stance, when it came to the situation. But as far as all the extra shading and reading and all of this and all of that, just because I disagree with one thing that he said, that was absolutely uncalled for. It was kind of childish in my opinion. And like I said, he doesn't like to be challenged, and it's unfortunate, But oh yeah, I agree with that, Steve. And Hollywood is based in the occult. Honey, they all twerk around in a synagogue of Satan in Hollywood, if you ask me. Okay, so I have to agree with that, Steve. Don't get me started on that, because I absolutely freaking agree. Right? Now it was one more thing that was brought up. Um what was it? What was brought up? Oh, it was something about where did the word mother effer come from? Jazzy, from my understanding, that word came from um when slaves were made to breed with their mothers, their sisters, and everything else. That's where I heard that word came from. They would, that's the way I understand it. That's the origin of that word. Came from slavery. Miss O, under the guise of fornication, everyone having sex outside of marriage is sin. Therefore, that equals, under the guise of fornication, everyone having sex outside of marriage is sin. According to the Bible. According to the Bible, everybody having sex outside of marriage is a fornicator. It's a sin. Therefore, that equals sin. Is that what you're trying to say? According to the Bible. Jesse said thanks. Yep, it is Hollywood, right? He's spineless and really ashamed of himself. Jazzy said thanks. You welcome, Jazzy. I don't Is that what you wanted me to say, Miss G Iverson? Well, like I said, that's just according to the Bible, and then nobody has stood in judgment yet, when it comes to Jesus. He has not returned. We have not stood in front of him, and we have not been judged from God only recognized man and woman. Yep, that's true. According according to the Bible, according to that to that translated version of God's word. Hey, Devin, y'all please hit the like button if you don't mind. According to the translated patriarchal version of what God's word supposed had been, and that's another thing that trips me out when black people go to arguing about the Bible and even preaching the Bible, especially um especially because we know that before Christianity, that's another thing they talked about when Christianity was introduced to the Africans, right? um uh Before Christianity was ever introduced to our ancestors, we served our own gods and we had our own types of religion, right? And somebody mentioned I can see you misbehaving. I thought I thank you for hitting the like button. um uh oh, I lost my train of thought with that. Yes, before the European version of Christianity was introduced to our African ancestors, right? We served our own gods. We had our own forms of religion. You know, and even somebody even mentioned the Ethiopians. The Ethiopians, yes, the Ethiopians are Jews, right? Some Ethiopians are Jews. It's in their DNA. A lot of Jewish people today, the Israelis, they try to discount the Ethiopian Jews. We know that they, it's that ancient those ancient that ancient Israelite DNA, or that ancient Jewish DNA, if you want to call it, is that blood is in their DNA. Just let me say that, so they can't be discounted. But their version of Christianity, or their version, the Ethiopian version of Christianity or Judaism, it's not the European version of Christianity. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know how they got that screwed up when it came to the Ethiopians, you know. And so I didn't have time to talk about that in the chat. There was a lot of misinformation going on. Yes, European Christianity. Thanks for becoming a member, Monroe. Uh, Pisces says, like the late great Tupac said, we probably in hell already. Our dumb asses don't knowing everybody kissing A to go to heaven ain't going. Ah, you know what? I heard that, Sheba. Woo, we're probably in hell right now anyway. Okay, child, you make a good point. I tell you that, cause Lord knows we can't seem to get it right. I'm talking about as human beings. We can't keep making the same mistakes over and over again, right? And so, yeah, we probably in hell right now. I know that's right. We know melanated people travel from Africa to our continents before Europeans. Yep. So, yeah, you're right about that. Dubai is another. It's another demonic. Oh yes, they'll at least go there. And IG models, yes, go over there. They gotta eat boo boo and everything, right? Oh Lord, you right about Dubai, child. The whole thing is just woo. The stories on YouTube about Dubai, child, and them so called IG models visiting over there, and the celebrity. Oh, child, it's just like a lot. That's a very very interesting people. Just let me say that. Hey, Red Pill says hello, Miss O. Watch the documentary where a African village practiced the man being married, and have a boyfriend. The man being married and have a boyfriend. Well, today, in a lot of countries in Africa, they are starting to be a little more lax when it comes to homosexuality. Then there are other countries that will still behead a homosexual person. So yeah, I'm not surprised that you've seen that documentary at all. And he spoke about homosexuality in ancient Africa. Now, I have seen a documentary um about homosexuality in ancient Africa being practiced as some type of ritual or doing some type of ceremony. Uh, you know, I've seen a couple of those documentaries, but like I said, even today in some countries in Africa, you can be beheaded for simply being what he called it, same gender loving. It's just, in some countries are, like I said, becoming more lax about the when it comes to homosexuality. It's just, but to kill somebody based on sexuality is ridiculous. It's just crazy because Lord Jesus. But yeah. I just believe a lot of these black folks want to conform to these white folks' ways of thinking and living to try to make some things right and acceptable. You really make a good point. It's called assimilation, the misunderstood. And so that happens on every level when it comes to some black people. So I will have to agree with that. Yep, it's called assimilation. So yeah, yeah. And misunderstood. Keyword conform. Right, right. Assimilate. You want to assimilate yourself into a Anglo mindset, thinking it's going to make you safe from racism, which we know it's not. It's going to keep you protected from white supremacy racism. We know this is not true. Look at somebody like Candace Owens. They still calling her the N word, right? And we know that she is a Oreo from the bottom of her heart to the depth of her soul, child. And they still will call her N word B. Okay, and I'm talking about Candace Owens. Thanks for the super chat, Miss T. Iverson. Thanks for your time. The beef sector was intellectual and stimulated my brain today. Thank you for saying that, Miss T. Iverson. I appreciate it. Asia says we're melanated first, 100. Never the sexual acts being pushed before. Who you see me? Before who? Never being pushed before who you see me. I don't understand, Hazel. But okay, girl. But yeah, 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 yeah. There's a lot of information out there. I guess that the bottom line is when it comes to any conversation, especially brainwashing is witchcraft. You make a good point there, Stephen. I wouldn't. Hey, thank you, Monroe. I appreciate you. Yes, I have picture painted in Kenya. It's named quote unquote the orgy wow, a ritual practiced by those who practice ancient African religions. Yeah, like I said, I've seen um some videos. I've also read um um about ancient types of ancient rituals that involved homosexuality. When it came to our ancestors in certain tribes, I really have. Yeah, yeah, and there's videos on YouTube about it too. You too, Miss T. Iverson. You have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate it, and thank you for enjoying the commentary. I appreciate it. All of the commentary. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Red Pill, you're right about that. And so yeah, yeah. I was gonna say something else. Did I finish the conversation about the primates? I guess I did. I think that was everything. And I mentioned about the European version of Christianity was introduced um to the motherland. Of course, we didn't have no idea of it until it was introduced to us because we practiced our Ethiopians and some is it West or East West Africans had their own form of Christianity. And so yeah, and then other countries, even to this day, we know that um uh uh Christianity, European Christianity, is practiced in a lot of countries in Africa today. But did you also know that Christianity is not practiced in all countries in Africa, not even today. You know, even the Catholic Church had to formally recognize and acknowledge voodoo as a true religion. The Catholic Church did that. I think the reason why they did that is because they would say that the Catholic Church they are praising, the Virgin Mary, or Jesus, or their version of Christianity, but down in the basement they doing voodoo, child. I said, Lord, for years I had heard that about them dang old Catholics, Africans, South American Africans, still practice voodoo, Santeria. We were forced by the Jesuits to conform to Christianity, right? I mean, even to this day, yeah, yeah. I'm born and raised in New Orleans, and Mardi Gras is definitely a no-no for those that know the truth. I heard that, Miss Sheba. Boy, I tell you, you can feel the energy in New Orleans and in Louisiana, but especially in New Orleans. My God, it's a strong energy down there, and not only New Orleans, but um a lot of places in Louisiana in particular. You can feel a certain type of energy down there. It's a powerful magic even to this day going on down there. In my opinion, and yeah, it ain't nothing to play with. You need to know the truth. It's just like, and I had wanted to say this a long time ago. There was a conversation a while ago about somebody receiving voodoo dolls. Now my thing is, if you done had a voodoo doll, or you done made a voodoo doll, um um when it comes to somebody that you dislike, right? That you want to inflict harm on. You don't send the voodoo doll to the person. You keep the voodoo doll because you made that voodoo doll because you want to use that voodoo doll to inflict harm to this person. Why would you send the person that you made the voodoo doll to represent? Why would you send the voodoo doll to that person? That means if you send the voodoo doll to that person, then you can't inflict harm on that person via the voodoo doll. That means you giving that power away. That don't make no sense. I don't know why, but I heard that going around a while ago, and I always wanted to speak about that. You don't give it to the person that you made it, that you formed it, and that you made it for or about. You keep it so you can inflict harm on them. You don't give it to them. That means you can't hurt them with the dog because you gave it away. So I'm like, what? But okay, I just thought about that. That didn't make sense to me then. It don't make sense to me now. But okay. These BW, with these hair weaves. Oh, listen to this. On the black market, some weaves are from corpse. And noted to have. But now, Steven. Now you been cool. Just stay cool, Steven. Stay cool. Okay, stay cool. The plug TV says, was that true? I need to see the dial before I believe it existed. You don't even have to see the dial before. You don't even have to see the dial. Oh, you talking about the one that was supposedly sent to somebody? I heard it was sent to somebody. Now I don't know if it actually was. I didn't see it either, but I just wanted to mention the fact that if I make a voodoo doll on you, Sheba, I am not going to send you that doll. I'm going to keep that doll so I can inflict harm on you via the doll. Okay, now if I send the doll to you, that means I can't inflict harm on you because you have the doll and I don't have the doll, and that's defeating the purpose of the voodoo doll. And so, yeah, I just wanted to mention that, just like in general, that didn't even make sense. But okay, exactly, it's like showing your hand while gambling, right, Sheba? That didn't make sense to me. I'm like, huh? What? So yeah. Since we talking about religion, let's talk about the voodoo doll controversy. If you go get a voodoo doll for future reference, y'all, if you go get a voodoo doll made on somebody, don't send them the doll. It's defeating the purpose. That's all I want to say. more of a reason is More of a reason it's not true. I can agree with that. The plug TV. It don't make sense. Because if you go to somebody to do something like that, they're gonna let you know that you're supposed to keep it. Okay? Oh Jesus, I cannot. You can bind. They say you can bind people with those things and everything. So and whatever you put out, you get back. So you know you're gonna have to, you're gonna get it back. So why, so why, so before you get it back, if you want to get the other person back by using the thing before it turn right back around on you, you might have put some good. You might as well put it to some use. Oh, that's just beyond me, but okay. Iyanla Van Zant is a shaman, and a lot of her work, um, is as a shaman priestess. Is that right, Red Pill? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I had no idea. It's the first time I heard that about Iyanla. She was said, it's like telling someone, you're on your way to kick their A, they're going to get ready. Right. Why would you tell them ahead of time? Why would you tell them ahead of time? Why would you just not show up? I agree. I agree with that too. But yeah, that tripped me out when I had heard that. I'm like, huh? They sent it to him. Like, why? Why they sent it to him? I was like, okay, chill. Mm-mm. They put spells on eyelashes, nails. Y'all, please wake up. Well, see, the thing is, if you're gonna make a voodoo doll, you have to have something, of that person's, hair, like you said, nails, shoot, eyelashes, nose hair, whatever, just something from that person's body, hair or whatever it is. You have to have some of that because that has to be put into the to the into the voodoo doll, you know. And so in order for it to work, you know. And so yeah, you're right about that, Hazel. Child. But yeah, that was interesting when I heard that. I was like, they gave it away. They sent it to the person. Why? For what? What what was the purpose in getting it made in the first place? That only works when both parties are in mutual combat. Her can be deadly. You right about that, child. You right about that, Sheba. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's got to be some kind of personal item though. More times than not. But if you use stuff like hair or nails or something like that, it makes the doll really potent. You know, and so yeah. Now you can use stuff like you could put some paper magic in there. Use paper magic when you're making the voodoo doll. You could do it like that. You could get a person's picture, and use paper magic like that. Um, tear up the paper, uh, tear up the photo. I'm saying, and yeah, you can use it like that. I'm not going no further with that conversation. I keep hearing that. That was, I don't know nothing about that. The plug TV. I really haven't looked at any of them, so I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I'm not lying to you. I really would. Oh, I guess I get out here, y'all. I tell you, I kept y'all on here longer than I said I was. I want y'all to, and I used to do hair for 15 years before I started grooming dogs. And trust me, anybody hair I cut, they picked it up. As some people are very superstitious, right, Sheba? I know that's right. Child. You can't trust your hair and leave your hair behind. Leave any of your essence behind in some places. You can't do that. So, yeah. Ripio says, I do with a lot of Africans. Have them in my family. They are Christian, but still practice. Yes, they do. Some of the rituals. Yes, you're absolutely right about that, Ripio. Yep, yep, yep. Talk with the shaman. They teach you what you need. It can be writing the name. Yes, there's a lot of ways to um do spells on people. A lot of ways. You can use word magic, counter magic, just all types of things. You be having some good conversations on Real Is, and I like it. Oh, thank you, the misunderstood. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Did you know it's possible to spin a spell on a person you never been in their presence before? It's possible to do that, especially, um, when it comes to social media. That's why people, you have to be careful. Some people, um, some types of people, when you're on social media, because some people think that you are, exuding or using part of your essence when it comes to these social media platforms, and so you have to be careful with something like that. But the bottom line, it only works if one believes. Yep. Well, I will say this, Sheba. I have I have seen people that deal with the darkness and not the light when it comes to certain type of rituals and things of that nature, and certain types of magic, magic, not the pull a rabbit out of the hat type of magic. I'm talking about. I have seen people that um have fallen ill or all sorts of things, and they didn't even know that something was in the background being done to them. And so you really have to have a hedge of protection around you at all times. Yes, Miss O. That's very good. Oh, thank you, Red Pill. I think that type of stuff is really able to affect the weak mind. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's why cults, the cults, they know who to recruit. If you got a weak mind, you're a perfect candidate for a cult. You're a perfect candidate. Say you got a weak mind or you got low self esteem, not even in a cult. Say, when it comes to sex trafficking, male and female. We talked about Nature Boy, and how he was recruiting them kids over there. He knows who to choose. He knows to let in his circle. He knows who he can mind control and manipulate. He's a predator. And so they know who to. They know how far they can go with the weak minded. That's a very good analogy. This thing is understood. Um, Ripper says, you must be careful on what you let in your. That's what you let in your ears. Goes to the spirit. What you allow your eyes to see. I know that's right. The weakened spirit, not mine. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I just don't deal with it because you have to expect and respect the repercussions from that act. You're right about that. If you put it out, you're gonna get it back. If you put out darkness, you're gonna get back darkness. Because you have to. There's always a consequence to something like this. You should not deal with that sort of thing if you don't want it to come back on you, because it's always gonna come back on you. And so yeah, yep, I agree with that. How you doing? Mind your own. Uh huh. Oh, excuse me, I am yawning. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. She's proud for us. See, I love when you do this type of content, and so I always learn something. Oh, thank you, she's proud for it. I appreciate it. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and give my take on what happened in Jay Wilson's chat earlier. Uh, so yeah, we kind of got off the beaten path there, but pretty much I just came on to comment about that situation. Uh, I found it very interesting, and I didn't really have time to. And then I didn't feel like I said, well, let me come over here and do my own video because I really couldn't, get into the conversation when I hit the panel, like I wanted to, because I was in the midst of doing something, right? And number two, I want to do a video, not to shout or holler and scream, but I don't have to be overtalked on my own platform, you know and I can get a full sentence out. And so I wanted to come in. Yeah, if you want me to, Sheba, you want me to drop the link for you? Okay. The darkness some put out may not come back in the form they think. Yeah, you're right about that. It may affect our loved ones instead. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, it don't even necessarily have to affect them. It can affect somebody that they love. You're absolutely right about that. Uh-huh. Remember when that pastor spit up in his hand and spirit it on the gosh. Oh no, what pastor? I do not remember that. Let me drop this link for Sheba. Hold on, guys. Let me grab it first. Mhm. Hold on, let me try to copy it. Okay. So I can okay, Sheba, I'm dropping it. Hold on 1 second. Uh, there you go. There you go, Sheba. I dropped it. Yes, because he will definitely over talk, especially when he knows he's wrong. Yeah, I didn't feel like doing all that hollering, trying to get a word in. Child. But I just pretty much, came up here to tell him that, I, 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 I just really chalked it up that he took it, he misunderstood, uh, what I was saying in the chat or whatever, and yeah, and whatever else I said up there. And so yeah, but I wasn't fit to uh do that old talk all over and holler all over and child, I ain't got the energy for that. Okay. I damn sure ain't got the energy to come on here hollering and screaming about the conversation when it comes to the Bible or any type of religion. And so that's just crazy to me. Hold on, let me get this up right here. And boom. I can see your face, Sheba. You want to cut your camera off or do you want your camera on? You talking, I can't hear you yet, babe. Do you want to cut your camera off or do you want it on? Cut your camera off, Sheba. Hold on, let me hear. Can't nobody see her. Sheba, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, you could keep it on.
You don't mind it being okay? What's going on?
No, nothing. I'm trying. Go ahead, put the shit inside. Girl, now they done came there. My. Oh my God. Well, put it in the back then. Lord Jesus.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. You could put me on the screen, Miss O. I'm trying to make a point. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
sure?
yeah,
Oh, okay, because I don't want to. I said okay.
yeah.
You sure you don't want to cut the camera off?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to come back and say she put me on the camera, and I told her
No,
not
no,
to.
no, I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay. Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
well, go put the shit in the back then. Oh Lord, now here come my brothers in them fucking head.
Oh, I
I can't
love
get
your
into
accent. My God, that accent, honey, is to
it.
die for.
Man, they done came their ass here. My brother work on my fucking nerves. Man, so I can't even much get into it like I want to because now my brother and my daughter, she just got back from the Middle East and they done all just came back over. I put this shit up on the side then. Yes, the
Love
fucking
her
D.
accent.
Miss, I'm gonna come back another time. I can't get into it because I did and all
Oh,
they just got back from Walmart.
well, please come back another time. I love your accent, Sheba. I love that accent.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? God's I'm about to get heavy because I want to talk about the shit with Jay Wilson today. Like this, man. It's ooh. Miss, I'm gonna have to come back another time because, like I said, it's about to be a lot of noise and shit. And I'm
Okay.
gonna put it over there then.
Well, say a few words real quick before it get too noisy. What you got to say real quick? Give me a quick analysis of what you saw today.
No, it was just he was just defensive for no reason. It was no reason to be so defensive so fast.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, But I can't get into it like I want to because mm, yeah. Let me get off of here because I mean I
Okay.
wish I wouldn't hit the damn link now.
That's all right.
But it's all
I'm
good.
glad you did because I love your New Orleans accent. I'm glad you hit it.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, when it's another topic like this, I'll get on here
Mhm.
and we'll
Well,
run it.
well, I make sure I have another topic like this. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, don't you forget about that book of Enoch because we still waiting.
I'm not. I told you I got to be in the right frame of mind, but I'm
I
gonna get
already
it in
know.
there. I ain't forgot about
I
it.
already know. That's why
Mhm.
I can't run my mouth like I want to because I got to be in the right frame of mind. I ain't gonna be able to
Yeah,
because they asked me to.
yeah, I feel you. I feel you. But
Okay
thanks
then.
for coming up.
All right. All right.
Have a
Let me
good
see.
weekend, babes. And I
Okay,
love
you
your
too, baby.
accent again. I love that New Orleans accent.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me see how to get over here.
Okay,
That
talk
was
to you
a
later.
good exercise then.
I'll take you off. You ready?
Okay, okay, yeah. I'm trying to see how
Okay,
to
you
get off
have
of
a
here
good
now.
one. Okay, let's see. Oh, she did it. She did it. Okay. All right. Oh, I love her accent. I love that New Orleans accent. That is awesome. She was saying, I can't get into it right now. Lord, let me read this real fast. Some of y'all says, oh, well, good night, Stephen. Be nice. Red Pill said, those who wear sunglasses when doing lives. The Plug TV said, sometimes Jay gets triggered by religion. And GA. Relationship. He also will show out on someone that make the lab that makes the lab more interesting. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Pastor ain't been right since he teased Miss Gina about the tarot cards. Ooh, Pastor start Pastor started playing with those Uno cards, kind of himself reading people. Now I ain't gonna lie, that was hilarious when he did it. I was like I got a good little kiki off of that. I have read the entire book of Enoch. Let me know. Oh, okay. Did you see that first video I did about the book of Enoch Red Pill? It's been a little while. I've got to do the I did a part one and a part two. Um I'm gonna do is talking about Enoch's dream. That's gonna be my part two. Because that's the biggest part of the book, the most important part of the book, in my opinion. And in part two, part one of the video that I did, I was pretty much giving an overview um, about the book of Enoch, but part two is going to be about Enoch's dream. That's what that's what my part two is going to be about. I haven't gotten right to it. Like I said, um, I have to be in the right frame of mind when I do something like that. And so, yeah, but I'll let you know. I'll let y'all, everybody know that's interested, know ahead of time. I ain't forgot about doing part two, but I'm telling you right now, when I do part two, it's going to be about Enoch's dream. That's what part two is going to be about. And so I just haven't been in the right frame of mind to do the part two yet. No, I have to go back. Yeah, I am on the Book of Time. Yeah, okay, but yeah, it's a few videos down. I think I did it maybe it could have been even more than a month ago, but at least a month ago. If you go to my videos, it's titled. It's got the Book of Enoch, the Book of Enoch in the title. I think it might even say part one. I'm not sure, but yeah, just scroll down when you don't have nothing else to do, and go listen to it. Let me know what you think about it. But like I said, I did the first part. It's been a little minute, month or two ago, maybe a month and a half. Could have been 2 months, but it's still it's still in my video thing. You just have to scroll down, but the name is in the title. But I am gonna do part two. I hadn't forgot about it, but child, Sheba said, "Sorry, y'all. I didn't want the dogs to start barking once they came out here. That's all right, Sheba. That's all right. Thanks for clicking the link and letting us let me hear your accent, if nothing else. That is awesome. Thank you, child. You like me? I had a lot going on today. You know when I hit Jay Wilson's link, I had so much going on. I really couldn't even. I was distracted to the point of no return. So yeah, I was like, let me make a video, to expound on some of the points that I want to make when I clicked the link. That's the only reason why I made the video. And but like I said, I was so distracted. It just was not happening for me. Not at the time. And so yeah. But anyway, y'all, we've been on this for an hour and almost 30 minutes. I guess I'm gonna get off here. I hope that you guys liked the video. I hope that you guys understood where I was coming from. I wasn't you know I wasn't gonna come on here and holler and scream like Jay Wilson said I was gonna do, but I wanted to kind of you know um give my interpretation, if you will, on some of the things that were said in that video today, about me, as well as about the conversation at hand. Um, and so yeah, that's what I want to do basically. She said exactly. My daughter just got here, from overseas yesterday. You said the Middle East, right? Yesterday, and they in and out of here. I think that's awesome. You have to come back and tell us where your daughter was in the Middle East. Uh huh. That's cool. Is she in the military or what's going on with that? That's cool. But anyway, y'all, like I said, you guys enjoy your weekend. Don't give up on me on that part two. I am going to do it. It's gonna happen, but I got to be in the right mindset. Um, hope you guys appreciated the commentary this evening. Okay, I said let me come on here and give my version of what I was talking about in the chat over there. Like I said once again today, and that's what I wanted to do, uninterrupted. But at the end of the day, you know, whether you are a religious or a spiritual person, there is nothing wrong with studying and seeking understanding for yourself at the end of the day. You have a good night too, the misunderstood. She said, yeah, she 22. We didn't agree about her being, she's in the Navy. Okay, in the Navy, because of my stance on the military. Okay, she's in the Navy. Okay, all right, 22, a baby. I'm glad she came on home. I know you be worried about her when she be away. That's all right. That's all right. Especially now in this day and honey, this world is crazy. Cause they say at the end of the day it's gonna be wars and rumors of wars and all this and all that. Like somebody said earlier, shoot, quoted Tupac. That was you, Sheba Pisces. What Tupac said, we probably in hell right now. Just don't realize it, child. Truer words never spoken. I think that I talked about everything that I want to talk about, y'all. If I didn't, I just good night, Red Pill. But yeah, somebody put in the chat that Real Smith said he was resigning from the academy. I did see that. Y'all know we've been talking about that the slap all week long. So now he's resigning and but Will Smith done had such a wonderful career to where it just is what it is. Maybe he wanted to. What he really wanted to do maybe is resign from the public eye because it seemed like he is having some mental health issues, and maybe he just wants to be out of the public eye for a while, or maybe even forever. Because it ain't got to be. You ain't got to lose your mind behind all this stuff. No matter if you Will Smith or just me or just one of us everyday people. Like seriously. Yeah, she see what I was trying to tell her about that. Yeah, I bet she do, Sheba. Yeah. Yeah, I bet she does. Absolutely. Yeah. Yup. Yup. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, who knows what's gonna be the fallout from behind that? I believe the man just want to be out of the spotlight for a while. And I just wanted to say that real quick because it is coming out right now. I did see that myself just before I logged on, and y'all know we've been following the story. So he said he resigning. So it is what it is. He probably tired of the whole thing, honestly. Uh. But I guess that's one of the prices that you have to pay for fame, child. One of the prices you have to pay for fame. Anywho, I'm going to get off here and try to tend to my allergy eyes, child. My allergy eyes. Not only is this pollen attacking my ear, nose, throat, is attacking my eyes, child, my eyes. And then I'm gonna try that putting that Vaseline on the top of my eyelids and the bottom. I'm assuming when you put the Vaseline on there, it catches the pollen before it gets to your eyes. So that sounds like a good idea. I just had never heard that before. Whoever that was that suggested that to me, thank you, because I'm darn sure gonna try it. Uh, Next time I go outside, I will have some Vaseline on the top of my eyelids as well as under my eyelid. Okay, and maybe to catch the pollen, and maybe my eyes won't be burning like they're burning right now because the Visine is not even working. The allergy eye is not working. Nothing is working. I was outside today too long under a dang on tree. I was outside too long in general. Okay, and now I'm paying for it. Whew, but it's gonna be all right. Okay, so I'm gonna get off here. I'm yawning. I had a long day. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. You guys be safe out there. If you are allergic to the pollen like I am, my God, God bless you. Okay. God bless you and God bless me too. But we gonna be all right. Cause this pollen is not our friend. Okay? We need to do a whole live cursing the pollen out. That's what we that's what we need to do. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. And until next time, I love you guys. Be safe. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.